Hello, I'm Debbie Pong, and I suffer from mental illness. I have PTSD, depression, severe anxiety. The way I got this way was through a battle of wills and battle of money in my old town of Langley Township in British Columbia. What happened was my home was slated for development, my rental home. And even though I was aware of that, I was still treated horribly by my landlord, Polygon Homes, who owned the property at the time, who was going to do the developing, and by my own township, my own mayor, my own council. I went to them for help. I had news that Polygon was going to do some rearranging of the blueprints, and in so doing, put our home in danger of being flooded out. But did they care? Not a bit. Did the township of Langley care? Not a bit. So I struggled, and I fought against them all. I made my presentations to meetings and so on. But no one cared. No one seemed to think that it wasn't okay for Polygon to flood my home. I was really quite flabbergasted about the whole thing. Treated like an outcast. Treated like I shouldn't even be alive, really. So I searched. I went for help. I talked to over 100 people in British Columbia, including a psych nurse, who told me that the best thing for me to do at this point in my life was to sell my furniture. I guess that was the last straw that broke my camel's back. I had no other options. I was looking at homelessness. On the streets of Vancouver, I guess I would have ended up, I don't know. But I was still in Langley, and there was no way in hell I was going to end up homeless on the streets of Langley or Vancouver. No way. So I had two options. Number one, commit suicide. Number two, commit suicide. At the last minute, though, I phoned a friend in Edmonton. And I told him about everything that my husband Joe and I had been through. Just trying to live our lives. And he said, "You know what, Deb? You get the hell out of there. Here's my credit card number. You put everything you need to put on that card, and you get the hell out of there." So I did. I went back home where I originally came from. And I started the healing process on my own. And finally I went to a doctor, and I told her everything. And she said, "You know what? You've got PTSD and depression and anxiety. And here's what we're going to do." So I started the treatment, and it helped, but not totally. Because I'm still caught up in that depressing fog that Langley Township put me in, that the people of Langley put me in. Part of my healing was to go online and tell my story. Well, you can guess what happened after that. Cyberbullies. Yes. People who tried to silence me, tried to stop me from telling my story, my horrific, awful Langley Township story, of how badly I was treated, treated subhumanly, really. And people from Langley tried to shut me down, tried to silence me, because I guess I was putting a little blot on their little town that they couldn't handle. They couldn't face the truth. But I kept on going, and I kept on talking, and I'm still here today, still talking, and I still have cyberbullies, and I know who they are. But do you think I'm going to let them stop me from telling my story? Right. No way. That's part of my healing, is telling my story. And little bit by little bit, I am being healed. But I've got a long way to go. A long way to go. So I'm wearing my purple today to commemorate World Mental Health Day. Mental Health Day. And I hope you do too, to support people like me who don't have a lot of help in this country with mental health. I wish I could go back to the days when before all this happened, but that's impossible, so I have to deal with it as it comes. Just by raising awareness of what happened to me. And my cyberbullies, like I said, keep trying to shut me down. They think that I should not be able to tell my story, which is totally ludicrous. And I'm going to keep on telling my story. And keep on telling my story. And keep on telling my story. Till the day I die. So Langley Township, Polygon Homes, ex-Mayor Kurt Alberts, present Mayor Froze, all Langley councillors, especially Jordan Bateman, whom I went to for help, and he just ran away from me with his tail tucked between his legs like a little kid. And to Kim Richter, I know you did try to help me once, but you were overcome by the Big Boys Club of Langley Township Council. And I don't hold that against you. I don't, Kim. But I really wish you could have fought a little bit harder. Just a little bit harder. But that's okay. I know you tried. So, on behalf of all people in the world today who suffer from one sort of mental health or another, let's think about all of us today, and if you want to make a donation, try and donate to a mental health cause. It is a worthy cause, and it helps to save people like myself from falling deeper into the abyss and committing suicide. Am I glad I lived? You betcha. Am I glad I didn't commit suicide? You betcha. Because if I had, my story never would have been told. And the perpetrators that be would never have been fingered. And I don't mind doing the fingering, because they're the guilty, and they know it. And shame on them. Shame on them. In the end, it was money that made up Langley Township's and Polygon's minds. Money and greed. They didn't give one iota about how it was going to affect my life. So I thought I'd tell this little story today about how it did affect my life. I hope you view it. I hope you take something from it. And to my cyberbully out there, I'm just going to keep on doing what I do. Thank you. World Mental Health Day, wear your purple. Thanks. See you later.